LaGrange, you know what I'm talking about. But just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Geezerology. Today, Bob is with us, and we are going to do one in our series called New Music from Old Friends. And as Bob is wanting to do lately, the new music from old friends is actually old music that is just new release from old friends, but but it all works. Today, Bob's going to talk about an album that was released on July the 22nd of 2022 by our old friends ZZ Top. The title of this album is Raw. And Bob's going to set this all up for you, tell you what this is all about. Take it away, Bob.
All right. Thank you, Scotty. If there was ever an example of truth in advertising, it is Raw. This one-word title perfectly encapsulates the music on ZZ Top's newest album. Now, this is not new music. This is a retrospective music from the band's first 12 years of existence from 1971 through 1983. But what you're hearing here are these old songs done in a fresh, new manner, and the new life has been breathed into some of these old chestnuts. And this album came about in 2019 during the filming of a documentary for Netflix called That Little Old Band from Texas. And the three members of ZZ Top gathered at Green Hall in Texas, a dance hall that dates back to 1878 and is still in existence as a music venue and has legendary status in the state of Texas. Now, ostensibly, the band was there supposedly for some still photo shoots. And they had assembled their gear up on stage. And like I said, they were supposed to be doing still photos. But there was a delay in getting the documentary work going. So the band went up on stage and started playing. And it was just an ad hoc performance, unscripted, and it wasn't planned, supposedly. So what you have here is essentially a live album without an audience. Thankfully, the cameras were rolling, and what happened next was captured for posterity. And you have 12 songs on this album, like I said, dating from 1971 through 1983. The album kicks out with Brown Sugar from ZZ Top's debut album in 1971. And this song predates the Rolling Stones song of the same title by several months. And you could say that it's about the same topic, but this tune by ZZ Top is kind of ambiguous. We don't know whether they're singing about heroin or the pleasures of Black females. So it's a little ambiguous there. Then we go into Just Got Paid from 1972's Rio Grande Mud, which is ZZ Top's tribute to the working man. But there's some biting satire in this song with the line, "If you believe like working hard all day, just step in my shoes and take my pay." Heard It on the X is next from 1975's Fandango, which was ZZ Top's half live, half studio album. In fact, 4 of the cuts from this album come from Fandango. And Heard It on the X is their tribute to the outlaw radio station that sprang up across the border in Mexico that was founded by the famed goat gland doctor from Kansas. Then we get LaGrange from 1973's album of the same title. And LaGrange is their song about the chicken ranch, the fabled Texas whorehouse that became the inspiration for the Broadway play and the movie Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Then we get Tush, also from 75's Fandango, a reference to a certain part of the anatomy, and their plea for "Lord, take me downtown, I'm just looking for some tush." Thunderbird, their tribute to getting drunk on cheap wine, also from Fandango. I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide from 1979's Deguelo. Legs and Give Me All Your Loving from 1983's Eliminator, which was the album that pushed ZZ Top to international fame. Blue Jean Blues, also from Fandango. Certified Blues, again from the debut album. And Tube Snake Boogie from 1981's El Loco.
Well, I got a gal, she lives across town. She's the one that really get down when she boogie. She do the two-snake boogie. Well, my boogie little baby, that boogie woogie all night long. I got a gal, she live on the block. She kinda funky with a pink and black sock. She like the boogie.
Now, what distinguishes these cuts is they are lean and they're mean and they are stripped down to their three-part basics: drum, guitar, and bass. And this is especially prevalent on the two cuts from Eliminator, Legs and Gimme All Your Lovin'. And Eliminator became a darling of the MTV era. It spawned those delicious videos with the hot babes and the fuzzy guitars and the hot rods. And Eliminator was not really, in my opinion, pure ZZ Top, because it featured a lot of studio work with synthesizers and such. Here, this stripped down stuff is so noticeable on these two cuts, and it takes them down to the pure rock boogies they are at heart. And ZZ Top's preeminence as a blues band comes through in these unvarnished cuts on this album. And at heart, ZZ Top is a blues and blues rock band. And in fact, you can even tell that from their name. Their name, ZZ Top, is a tribute to the legendary blues performer B.B. King. And the ZZ was obviously a playoff on his name, B.B. And they chose the word top because B.B. King was at the top of the blues performers. So they are a band that was birthed in the blues, and that's where their heart and soul lies. This is not sophisticated music. This is not Pink Floyd, navel-gazing stuff. This is just gut bucket, get down in the mud blues and blues rock. This is the kind of stuff that I love. Listening to this stuff makes me as happy as a pig wallowing in mud, waiting for a bucket of slop. I'm going to refer back to my Southeast Missouri roots. And it is, some of these tunes, you're going to hear them like you've never really heard them before. But again, I want to emphasize that, you know, this is not new music. This is a retrospective from the early days of their catalog. There's some sad stuff to this. This is the last time you will probably hear music from ZZ Top's bassist, Dusty Hill, who died in 2021. In fact, you know, the album is dedicated to him. One of the other highlights of this, because of the way it was performed and recorded, there's a lot more prominence given to their underlying rhythm section here, and the brilliance of Dusty Hill and drummer Frank Beard really shine here, and they provide a great bottom for Billy Gibbons' snarling blues guitar work. It's just a delight to listen to this from beginning to end. And I encourage you, even if you are a ZZ Top fan like me, there's stuff here to like, and you're going to hear some new versions of some very familiar old tunes. The mix is lean and it's mean, and the instruments are balanced beautifully. And it's just a great tribute to a longtime blues band. This is music that if you're not a Texan and you want to be, this is what you listen to. This is music to grab a beer, get into your truck, head out on a hot Texas night looking to get into trouble. And like I said, again, I love it. I think it's a great album. It's a great mix on these tunes. And I encourage you, if you're a blues or a blues rock fan, to check this out. It's a great version of these songs.
Have you seen the documentary?
Yeah, I watched it back when it came out in 2019.
Did we see any footage from this in that documentary?
Yeah, there is footage on here. And like I say, they do a lot of interviews there at Green Hall. And you do see some of the performances, and I had no idea that it was ever going to come out as an album, but I'm really thrilled to see it.
This is the last one with Dusty Hill, and I saw that they are they are going out on tour to promote this album with a new guy. What's the new guy's name?
I was afraid you're going to ask that. He's a long time companion of the band, and in fact, he was when Dusty Hill went off the road, with his medical issues. Supposedly, he said have Elwood, or I can't remember.
Elwood Francis.
That's it. I knew it was Elwood something, and in fact said, take Elwood and have him take my place. So supposedly he's doing it with the blessings of the band. And a little trivial side note: he has a beard like Billy Gibbons, and grew the beard out during the pandemic lockdown, and kept the beard supposedly because of Billy Bob Thornton. And Billy Bob Thornton is a friend of the band and a big fan, and said, hey, before you go out, I want to see Elwood's beard. So they kept it for Billy Bob Thornton, and he still has the beard. And then the other interesting little trivia, which has nothing to do with the music, the name of the drummer is Frank Beard, and he's the only one in the band without a beard.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I was about to say that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's some photos floating around of them. I guess they're currently on tour. There's some photos floating around of them with a new guy. And yeah, I mean, it looks like ZZ Top because it's just a big giant beard walking around on stage, right?
Yeah, no
and sunglasses.
Yeah, but I've
got the way I could distinguish it is that Elwood wears a purple bandana, or not a purple headband. That you can see the purple headband hanging out. That's how you distinguish that it's him in these photos, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of the albums that these tunes are pulled from, which is back in the days when they didn't have beards. And I got introduced to ZZ Top with their 75 album Fandango, and loved that album. But I think I almost like the cuts on this version better. They're a little leaner, and I think they're more down to earth. They're more stripped. So yeah, I really like it. But again, I'm a blues and a blues rock guy, so it's my kind of stuff.
Well, thanks for that, Bob. ZZ Top Raw, available at record stores everywhere on all the streaming services. I looked it up and it's there. So check it out. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Come back and check us out over the next couple of weeks. Dee will be joining us for some roundtables along with Bill, and we'll have a few more reviews for you coming up in the next few weeks. Hit that subscribe button to keep up with what we're up to. Thanks for listening, everybody. Talk to you later.